Pige intro. Mkoaje my guys. So we are back with another episode of the Firepod. Na leo niko hapa na wangwana and we just want to have a conversation. I am Kunyobo Corazon.
Lawrence Chitech.
This is Republic.
Hey.
Oh. Okay. The Republic.
This is the Republic, yes.
It's a nice name.
Thank you.
A nice AKA.
No, it's a nice name. It's my name.
Like it's, you know.
When I listen, show us your ID.
I didn't carry it. I'm showing it to you.
Now show us your ID.
Next time, remind me, I'll carry it. That's a birth certificate.
Hiyo ndio jina. Mbona amini?
But I was saying somewhere that it's possible to change your name. Like it's very easy to change your name through like the government system.
Yeah.
Just in terms of changing the name through the court, affidavit, and everything. And now the challenge comes in like when now you need to change the documentation. So you can decide that I want today to be called the Republic. Then now you go to the government, the ID, and then you tell them I want my IDs to read the Republic. Then you go to all the schools you've gone to, or you go to the examination body, tell them I want you to change the name on them on my credentials, all of them.
Can it be made easier? Like if they cannot change, andika hapo previous name, unaandika hapo the Republic into brackets formally.
Formally Lawrence.
Yeah, that's easier.
And then after you are used to that name, now you remove the formally.
Yeah.
And then now you ask them to remove the formally.
Yeah.
But I think it's a long process.
Very long
Just
process.
Changing, yeah, and everything. Because even if kuna a mistake for, let's say, your ID, it's also a process. To change.
Yeah, by the way. But they should make it easier. Especially now that most of us nowadays, you're born and then you're given a name, and maybe when you grow up, you don't want that name. So nowadays, people have rights. Even you also need to have the right to choose which name you want to use.
And we should know.
Your parents don't force a name on you.
Chaotic. It's not even forcing a name on you. When you are born, you don't even have the ability.
Then why is it that for every other thing you're told you must be 18 to make decisions? Then even naming, I should
you want to be nameless until when you get.
No, you can be given a name, but at 18 you're given the chance to change your name once you turn 18. When you're getting your ID, you now decide which name you want to use.
So it will mean basi, that certificate you feel like temporary. So that when you get to 18, now you decide nataka niite the Republic. You change ID and then you get another birth certificate. Now reading the name you want.
Yeah.
No, you don't change the ID. You just decide when you're born, your name. Now when you get to 18, you choose your own name. The certificate ikikuja nakuja to DOB, name of parents.
Yes.
Utajaza special.
Yes,
That's easy.
Utasurvive aje with your friends? Utakuita aje?
They can call me whatever they want. I mean, a temporary name.
Just have one name there.
Yeah.
Even you can say, okay, just call me Lawrence. The other names I'm going to decide on them. Give me Lawrence alone for the
Speaking
time
of
being.
names, hiyo ni wao wanasema hiyo alinemiwa
Sasa si ndio kitu mimi nasema sasa.
Unajua ulikuwa mwizi?
Sasa unaanza kubeba tricks zingine zenye hata wewe.
Mwizi sana. Ama mtoto analia ati anataka sasa apewe jina ndio aache.
Sintualia tu ni jana labda. Ndio wamezaliwa Jugu ni hata Jugu ni wapi. This is like a new environment. It's trying to get confidence. You know, when I was born, that's a funny thing. When I was born, my grandmother named me Robert.
Mm-hmm.
And that name Robert, I'm told it was her father's name. And then my mother was not happy with that. She said, no, you cannot name my child. And then they took it away. And then when they took it away, she gave me another name. But that name also was that my old man's name. He had two names, so they took one away, and then they gave me the other one. So now, when I was young, there was a time I used to like money. I don't know. I mean, everyone likes money. But I think
Yako ilikuwa sana.
You're obsessed.
Kiswahili unajua. Kiswahili ni hapa
Just for that.
So at that time, I used to like money. I called my aunt, Auntie Mama Do. I'm like, I need this and this, and then she's like, don't worry, when I send Josh some money, she's going to get you some from there. Josh akichukua hivi pesa, my friend, hiyo siku hata naweza kosa kwenda shule. Twende tu wote tuchukue hiyo pesa, unipatia yangu. So my mom used to tell me, hiyo jina walipatia hiyo. Huyo mzee alikuwa anapenda pesa sana. Alikuwa anapenda pesa, naona hiyo tabia imekupata. We pray for you. So I don't know, do you actually believe that these names that you're given, they kind of like carry with them the spirit of the person who named them?
In the African tradition, it does. Yes.
Na wewe kama wewe unaamini?
I believe it does, because like if we believe there is a spiritual world and then you are named after a person who died, so you're most likely going to exhibit some of their traits.
Lakini wacha sema mtu anaitwa Samuel. So this Samuel name probably inaweza kuwa ni also there is a Samuel in the Bible. The Samuel of the Bible is a prophet, man of God. So now when you're naming mtoto wako Samuel, you have to specify.
No, but for the African tradition, you see names like Samuel don't apply. Now the second name applies. Like for me, I would say maybe Chitechi. Now the traits of the late Chitechi or something.
But there are people who are given both names. Kama if it's Lawrence Chitechi, unapewa jina zote.
Yes, but you see, like I don't know. Yeah, actually some people name their children after their dad or their granddads, the full name. So that's cool. I was seeing there is something I wanted to comment about Robert, but let me just go and then I'll come back. So there is something I saw somewhere about the issue of naming your child, and then now I give back to my child and then I call him my dad's name, Yes Chitechi. Then when I'm giving out property, I say that this property is for Pius Chitechi. And then now I'm testing my son. So the guy was like that I gave that name, but my son thinks that my property is because I sign all my properties under that name. But he's also testing his son to know whether the son is able now to to know within the status quo and not be extravagant to an extent is going like to squash all this wealth that the guy is building. So he's saying that he's doing that as like as proof. In case this guy decides he wants to do shit, then he's just told that this property belongs to my dad, not you. So you need to.
That's really clear. That's really clear. Yeah, it's very clear.
And Robert, so like for you personally, have you ever had a problem with the name Robert? Now to this stage.
I was never even named Robert. Because that's supposed to be the name. Actually,
no, I'm asking now, and the reason I'm asking, I'm about to tell you the reason. Do you have any problems? What's your thought about that name, Robert?
I personally, I think it's a nice
Robert.
Roberto. I think it's a nice name, but the fact that I don't think I was even called Robert for more than a week. Since I was born, I was like Robert for a week, and then you remove that thing.
So do you have like the exits of the Robert you are to be named about?
I think so. I'm not sure. I don't know. I didn't even see that.
But we also, like on the script you did in Gulasil, that's exactly the name you're given.
Yeah. Makes sense.
And this is the other thing. You see the character. I'm told it's the same character. Like I used to ask. So I sit with my grandma and I ask her, so tell me about this, your father. How was he? He says my father was a dangerous man. These guys in the village. But my friend in the sugarcane plantation. And that guy used to supply electricity in the sugarcane plantation. So it's kind of like, maybe that was supposed to be my name. And then things happened and
then Gulasiri comes up and then it's written, and then even the context or the behavior of Robert in the script is similar to whatever The other one was exhibiting at home.
Yeah, the only difference is that this Robert in the script, at least he was a rich man. The other one was I'll be dating a mess down a rich man. Yeah. But I also think I personally don't believe because then and I continue to use the name Samuel. It's not because I know Samuel, but I'm just saying if
we know one.
We have a mutual one.
Okay, that's not Samuel. I'm just saying this.
We have some kids, not some.
Yeah, we have some kids. So if you're naming your child Samuel, and then they begin to exhibit the characteristics of another Samuel that is not as righteous as the Samuel in the Bible, then I think we are supposed to be specific. You say, so you're my son, I'm naming you Samuel, and I'm naming you after the Samuel of the Bible, not this other Samuel. Maybe, I don't know, maybe that one improves the chances of you not exhibiting some funny behaviors.
You're making sense. You can be named Samuel na tabia ni za thing.
Just an example. You're supposed to name fun. I think that you examples.
Ama unajua Samuel.
Jina Samuel. So tunajua kwa some kids, so they don't understand why you're worried about some.
But yeah, I think we should begin being specific. Yeah, specificity.
But you know, it's funny. It was named after my grandfather.
Okay.
Like to be specific, which name?
Corazon.
No. Yeah. Ni baba ya mamangu.
Okay.
Yeah, Jidala is my dad. So you see the way.
But Kukulumbo was a famous guy. Good name. Not because you have history, because I know somebody.
You know someone with that name, but you're not related.
Kunyabo for MCA. You're not related.
Yes. Oh, he's vying again.
No, I saw it last time.
He's ever vying.
These are people from
Wait, he's always vying. And you have the same name.
Yeah. No, I'm just asking. I want to know if he's ever won.
He told me he's always vying. He's ever vying.
Because every time I meet someone and then I tell them my second name, they're always like, are you related to so and so?
Yes.
He's vying. And then there was a time I used to see his posters like killer time.
It's a different Kunyabo.
Very different.
Why are you not related? You are related.
By name?
Yes.
And when you say there's never
in fact, if you look deeper into the family tree, you're going to find you need to
He's ever vying. Anyway, that's beside the point. So it was named after him. And then, funny enough, you see the way you are Lawrence Chitechi, and then they named me Chitechi, and then kuna Corazon yenye iko kwa ID na birth certificate, and then sasa kuna jina ya nyumbani, so wananiita Lawrence. So you can imagine. You get, unaitwa jina ya mwanaume nyumbani ambayo siwezi waambia.
Just tell us. We will not use it against you.
No.
Unakuita Matthew Nimba.
So you can imagine you just name someone and then sasa mamangu ananiita baba yangu.
Wow. No wonder.
Her sister calls me baba yangu.
No wonder.
So you see, I don't know. But see,
but it was something African to like to
see my girl. I'm comparing.
Wow.
Now you see, if you're making fun of that, nikikwambia hiyo jina je.
No, I will not make fun of it.
I will understand.
Nothing.
It's not
It's Solomon.
They should be one of those old names.
I don't know how they call it. Aguri. Aguri. Wow.
What name is it, baby? a simple one or a tough one?
I know what you're looking for. You're not getting.
No, just I'm not asking past that.
You not even call you that.
Less than 5 or more than 5 letters.
Yeah. We know you're correct. It's John.
Let's go very well.
It's John.
No,
It's John.
come on. It's Johnny.
The way it's cracking me up. Johnny.
It's Johnny. Anyway, let's move on.
Yeah. So now the question he asked me, if in some way I still exhibit the characters of this old man. Do you have some characters of
I don't know.
yeah.
I don't know. Because I never met him. I think I was born a year after he passed or something. I think hata ndio maana niliitwa. Anyway, I've never met him, but the few huwa nasikia kumhusu is he was a pastor for Salvation Army. I mean,
yes.
I think that is why.
That is why.
This is why, you see, sijui kama unaniget.
I'm trying to get. That is why.
You see.
Yeah, he had a chair for Salvation Army. And then he was strict. Alikuwa mweusi. Bibi yake ndiye alikuwa light skin, from what I hear. What else? Yeah. I think hata sijasikia much kumhusu.
He was a pastor. He had a chair. See, I was calling you youth leader. Unaniangalia.
Youth leader. Hey, tunataka power.
Youth leader it is.
Sisi ni power.
So when you say, this is what you say, that he died a year before you were born,
Yeah.
and you think that's why you were named after him. Like, is that a right reason to name someone after someone?
I don't know if it's the right reason.
In the African context, it was just for continuity.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But now we are way past. We still, yes, we still hold on to our traditional values. There's some things we can not let go. But now people are living a double standard life. They're saying, oh, I still hold on to this, but this one I'm overlooking these other things. And if you were Christians, you were pastors of Salvation Army, I assume that in some way in your family there's still people who are pastors. I assume, I don't know.
Yeah.
There's still people who are pastors. And kama wamesoma Biblia vizuri, it is wrong. This is what the Bible says, that it is wrong to tattoo yourself for the dead. And this one you're naming yourself or being named for the dead.
Oh, so you cannot have a tattoo of someone I've lost.
For the dead, it's wrong.
Why? But I can have a tattoo.
You can have a tattoo. You can have a tattoo, yes, but not for the dead.
I'm getting one. What if I have a tattoo with Lawrence's name and then he passes away?
He was still alive.
Makes
But
sense.
scientifically, it's wrong again to have a tattoo.
You know, he has just.
Is
I
that
was even doing this. I'm happy I'm going to get a tattoo.
No,
And then you're
scientifically, it's
telling
wrong.
me-
Scientifically, it's wrong to have a tattoo.
why? I don't know scientific reasons. I only know
Scientists, they say that normally when you have a tattoo, there are things you can do, like now you cannot donate blood. and
You
all
can
that.
donate blood. If I get a tattoo,
Mhm.
it has to like stay for like 6 months or a year, something of the sort. And then now I can start donating blood. Of course, I'll get tested.
Mm.
And then sasa, I can still donate blood. with that tattoo.
Wow.
You know, you said scientifically, and I was like, ooh. The first thing that came to my mind was cancer.
Sorry.
But since those things also count. I mean, nobody's piercing you into the skin.
But
Like yesterday, I was seeing something. I was on TikTok, and then I was seeing somebody was criticizing it's called acrylic nail. Someone in it.
yeah.
They were saying it's raising concerns regarding skin cancer.
But then,
Mm.
you know, I always believe
Mm.
that if you are meant to die na cancer, itakuwa cancer. Whether you avoid this of it or not. Okay. I don't know if I'm right or wrong, but huwa naona hivyo.
So
But then hata hizo meals, of course, ziko na side effects. Because, you know, they dry na UV. They dry under UV.
So it could be the UV, not like you can't like specifically know which one is causing the cancer. Could be the nails, could be the glues you're being used, could be the UV.
Yeah.
The UV.
Yeah.
The UV, yeah. Just back on what you've said, that you always believe if someone was meant to die because of cancer, it's just going to be cancer. When we speak about cancer and these other diseases, are they like new age diseases or zilikuwa from a long time ago? It's just that people didn't know them. What do you think? Is it like cancer ilikuwa tu, yani ilikuwa tu kuanzia kitambo? It's not like a thing that came in the 1960s or in the 1800s. It was just something that existed, and then haikuwa imejulikana tu. And then now with the scientific advancements, then we come to know, oh, so this is cancer. This is what it does to the body. This is HIV and AIDS. This is what it does. Is it like these diseases zilitokea tu somewhere along the timeline, ama zilikuwaga from the beginning?
Zilikuwaga, but we are not there technology wise to tell that hii ni ugonjwa fulani. That is what I think. And then also, ungegonjeka, and then there was traditional medicines. So ungetibiwa, mostly preventive, evil, and then you feel better. And also lifestyle pia. Watu wa kitambo used to lead very healthy lifestyles. Wanapika mboga bila mafuta. They eat herbs. They don't get exposed to chemicals.
You're accepting and denying at the same time. Because for me, I would say I don't think some of these diseases are there during those days. I think most of these diseases that we have today are lifestyle diseases. I think that's how most of them are described, because we get these diseases based on the lifestyles that we are living. Because even I'm sure if you look at the demographics or anything, you would see I'm pretty sure some diseases are designated for certain kinds of people, especially in terms of either financial capabilities or things like that. Like the number of people from certain backgrounds are likely to suffer from certain diseases compared to others. Because if you decide that you want to survive, let's say whatever is criticized so much is fast food, and then people consume fast foods for are prone to fall into diseases like obesity, because it's now a common thing. So see, that's a lifestyle disease, because now you're getting it out of the whatever you're consuming during a certain period. So that's my thought. But again, I also think that even the diseases that were during those days were easier to manage, because people always knew they had all the kind of diseases. Because even when you were growing up, we knew, especially if you've grown up in rural settings, there are diseases which were treated very easily. Things like malaria did not deserve a lot of AL for you to take for 3-4 days for you to get well. But when you end up and then you're told, there is a shosho who does something, and then they bring some very bitter leaves. Then they're ground, and then they boil, and then you drink, and then tomorrow you wake up, you're fresh as hell. You're back to work.
I think these are the kind of this is the kind of information, and also the kind of medicine that is supposed to be spread all over the world. Because I know the Chinese are very good with traditional medicine.
Exactly. Actually, you just reminded me. The other day I attended an event, and there's this Chinese company that has now started selling on the same concept of network marketing. So it's called multi-level marketing. So they brought in traditional Chinese medicine is being brought into our countries, especially African countries. Let me say, for the context, Kenya. And they're bringing with that concept that we were bringing our traditional medicine that was very effective with very minimal side effects. and it could be treated both as medicine and as food. You see, Africans also have the same stuff.
Yeah.
But it's only that now we're not packaging our stuff because we are being told whatever comes from outside is better than whatever I have. So CC, the people who are doing these things for us, we decided to give them names. Witches. You start calling the people priests in this, you start calling the witches, and then they're like, no,
Actually, you turned them into witches, and yet they are the people who are supposed to heal us.
Exactly.
And treat us.
We have put all our hope now on whatever medicine that's coming from outside. And at the same time, we're being told.
Why do they have funny pets? Why do they have funny pets?
Pets?
Yeah.
But what's a funny pet?
What's a funny pet?
A snake!
But that's not a funny pet.
Dangerous pet.
And again, if you look at it in this context, how many white people today are living with snakes in their house?
It's
not even less than that. People even housing grasshoppers out there.
Yeah.
So it means as Africans, we are way beyond whatever the world is experiencing now. Because people used to live with snakes and they used to control the snake.
Yeah, you just said that. And it reminded me. So the reason why I asked about medicine, first of all, is there's this Mzungu family that just had a baby. And the baby was like, I think, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 months old. And so they were coming to Kenya. So they come to Kenya, and this is the first thing they asked me. Ati, do you know anyone who has ever died of malaria? I'm like, malaria? People die of malaria? I'm surprised. And then he's like, you know, when we were coming, we were told, oh, you're supposed to be very careful because of malaria. Our child might die. And we even went ahead and took like a jab for malaria. It cost us like $200. I'm like, malaria, you just get malaria, you take it to the clinic, you give you tablets, you sleep in the next morning, you're okay.
But there are people who die.
Malaria.
Yeah. There are people who die.
Well, I think you die of malaria. It's possible to die of malaria. It's possible to die of anything if you do not take the necessary steps after you've contracted the disease. But, you know, when you put it like, you will die of malaria, then it kind of like means that we are backward and to know what we need to do after getting malaria. That is why we die. Okay? There's another video I did, and we were speaking about the black kings of Egypt. So there's this story that there were some black guys from Sudan. They went to Egypt. They were even pharaohs. You look at Sudan, there's many pyramids, more than Egypt.
Egypt, yes.
I posted that thing on Facebook. And then a certain Mzungu, this was his comment. He says that it is very mediocre for black people to try and put themselves as very intelligent. Actually, if you look at the Northern Africans, when you trace their DNA, you find that most of their DNA is much more equivalent to, or you can find traces of the white people in the DNA of the Northern Africans, and not traces of people living in this other part of Africa. The man went ahead to say that even our IQ levels has scientifically been proved to be closer to monkeys than. I was looking at this guy, I'm like, what are you saying?
But we have come to a point in time where almost all the European countries want to import labor from African countries. And not just labor, but also expertise for the sake of it. So it doesn't make sense, because if you look at Africans like in that context, then it means even by the time these people needed to build whatever they're building, because these countries you're calling first world, most of them were built by Africans. You could call it slavery, or you call it anything, but I mean, Africans were there. Even at the core point of it, they were doing the hard work. And they built their nations. So even if you were to say you're going to compare the IQ, take even the IQ of whoever was speaking, not even for them they have a problem. Yes, for the context, you are the problem. Because if you cannot see it clearly, but you're benefiting from the IQ of that very same person you're trying to insult, then it means you're also operating at very minimal IQ levels.
Let me see if I can find that, so I can read for you that comment. Yeah, so this is what he says. And I think we can mention this guy's called Philip Michael Lozier.
This is what he says. The North African people and Sub-Saharan people are not the same line. Despite the lies of imbeciles with an agenda and delusional ancestors of archaic extinct species trying to make themselves feel better about their roots. The Sub-Saharan peoples were isolated from the rest of humanity by an impassable desert and did not evolve along with the rest of the world. 2025 studies have proven that the North African people are comprised of mostly a mixture of Eastern European and Western Asian lineages and actually share very, very little of the biological markers of the Sub-Saharan Africans. Considering that, and that even modern Sub-Saharan Africans have only an average IQ of 66, there is absolutely no truth to the claims that these less evolved remnants of ancient man had anything to do with the early advancements in North Africa that they attempt to attribute to themselves. And then it goes ahead to put some links and says that here's a short list of sources for the facts related to this comment.
But again, you see, I don't know. Most of the time when we want to speak, why don't we just give opinions? Because I also believe that even to an extent, whatever is cited from any scripture that has been written by any other person is an opinion of that person. Because for me, I take everything in that context. To the context that even the Bible itself has opinions of people of which we choose who we want to read and why we want to interpret whatever they say. If John is writing his books, if any other person is writing their book, we call it the Bible. But these people are writing their opinion because you find contradicting stories from different sections of the Bible. Then I don't think everything should be treated as facts. In fact, the term fact should be very scrutinized, if I was to say.
Yeah, I went ahead.
Because what is factual?
I went ahead to conclude that it's just a racist.
Yeah.
He's not happy that we can be kings.
And that you can actually communicate or even reason. Wanashangani aje. You're black. Mbona unatumia?
I don't know. I won't even define him as racist. The guy is just lower than racist. You should just find something. Because again, it could just even be like, how do I say it? Like you see, today, if you were to be here, and they say, me, like, the rest of us here, we're Africans. We even have maybe another set of white people. But they're within the same social or life standard as us. Do you think they would treat us the same way? If we had a mzungu here, meaning the whatever I have between all my bank accounts and whatever access I can get in terms of money is 1,000 bob. And they have the same stuff and they're going through the same problems as me. If they looked at me in any different way, would it be described as, I don't know, maybe I'm overthinking. Because again, sometimes I just feel like this is just a matter of social standard. Because even among the whites, there are those who are underlooked.
And I also think that whatever problems they're going through, they cannot manage the way we do.
Some of them cannot even manage here. Well, take a white man who lives on the streets and survives on, it's called social what?
Social aid.
Social aid.
Yeah.
You bring them to Africa, how long can they survive?
With no social aid.
No social aid.
You have to go to Jengo.
Yes.
I have a friend.
Nilikuwa namuona sijui alienda aje. Alikuwa hadi anakanyaga chini tao.
I have a friend. They have been in America. They've gone to school there. So, this is what they tell me. That, you see, most of these people, when we're there, they look at us as if we've come from the bushes. But the kind of houses that our parents have built here, they have never seen such kind of houses in their lives.
Exactly.
Hawa jamaa ni machokora tu. Ukikuwa huko wanajifanya, ukikuja huko Kenya wanaingia kwa nyumba wanashangaa, this is your house. Ukuta looks like a mall. Yes. The closest thing they have seen to that is a mall.
Most of them are living in wooden structures.
Yeah. Chokora tu, unasikia hata ile nguo nilikuwa nimevaa huku ona, hizo ni mitumba hata huku kileta tu ndio.
But then also, sisi as Kenyans, I think it's time to actually kukaa as if we worship them. Have you ever walked into a place na kuna mzungu na kuna wewe? You know, kuna difference in the way they'll serve them
Yeah, treatment.
and the way you'll be served.
Hata just different colors. Yes, hata mzungu ni mbali. Even our normal Indians.
Yes.
Same thing.
Same thing.
So yeah, kuliona tu wenyewe. So it's time tuache kuwa serve as if ni small group.
But it's fading. I think that thing was inculcated in these generations that have come behind us. But for us, we're in the transition generation of millennials. Gen Zs don't respect those stuff. By the way Gen Zs operate, they treat us the same way. So I think in 2-3 generations, it would be neutral.
Na niliona hata apart from hao, niliona hata mapasta watateseka na hii generation.
Vibaya sana. Vibaya sana. In fact, this generation doesn't want to even like to relate directly with anything.
But
They just want to coexist.
I always ask myself, Zulu, when they came to Africa, and now they were colonizing Africa, they came with guns and some small knives and whips.
Yeah.
And I saw some pictures from ancient Benin, and that's ancient Benin. Even today, people are keeping hyenas as pets.
Yes.
They have hyenas, they have lions, they have leopards, all these things. So I'm wondering, how can a man tame a lion and then another man is coming and like just stepping over you?
When you can just say attack.
Well, is it like, because I know we Africans, we are very welcoming. We are very social people. And that one has even been proven by Wazungus. They come and you hear, hey, so you guys can just like pass by the streets and you just greet anyone too, anyhowly. You just like, chill, sit.
Yeah.
Someone doesn't know you, you don't know them, you can leave your seat for them in the matatu. Stuff like that. It doesn't happen. So can we say that when they came to Africa, we saw them as guests? We're like, you're welcome, you're welcome. But then they took our kindness for weakness.
Yeah.
I think it's time we should colonize the world. Start with Europe.
And it will be very easy for us, Especially even now that Trump is trying so hard to show us that America is not that powerful at all.
We should colonize the world.
But we are used to luxury. The luxury of environment. I don't see myself going to live in areas where I'm going to be experiencing winter and all.
Colonization here. You can get like 3 employees from there. Okay, wanakulimia shamba.
But those days are weak.
I need sunscreen.
No, ndio watajua wajui.
That's interesting. It's interesting.
Summer is here.
Hey, imagine that you have to start now thinking about saving how you're going to travel to Africa over winter.
Come and see the sun.
Come and see the sun.
Wow.
To experience warmth.
We're blessed.
To watch animals. I was seeing a certain clip on TikTok. Somebody was posting how so people had gone to the Masai Mara for the safaris. And then, so the guy is there, the tour guide, the driver, and some whites. I think, few women and men. Now, I'm told that when you go there, I've never gone, so I'm saying I'm told that when you go for the safari, you're told, do not speak or do not produce sounds when you're there, so that the animals don't feel like you're a threat. So that even if an animal, a lion or anything, somebody was saying that, for instance, when a lion is moving, it sees the vehicle as an object, it doesn't see the people inside. But if you start panicking, now it starts feeling intimidated or threatened, and then now it wants to defend itself, of which now for us you would read it as an attack on you. But typically it's just defending itself because one, it's operating in its natural environment, and you have become a threat to that environment. And so somebody was saying that those people in the vehicle, they went to Masai Mara, and then an elephant was approaching. And then the tour guide was saying, just keep quiet. The elephant will just come. The best it can do is rub itself against the vehicle, and then it will go. Then when the elephant came closer to the vehicle, this lady panicked, and then she started saying, I'm panicking, I'm fainting. Can you just drive away fast? And the guy was like, we cannot drive fast. One, the elephant we can't start running against it at this point in time. It's standing. There are 3 elephants. One is standing on the front of the vehicle. The moment we switch on this vehicle, they will feel threatened. It will become chaotic here. The lady is panicking. I don't know what happened because they were not showing us her photo. But I must believe somebody covered her mouth with their hands. Because again, now you are threatening. You want to kill us because now, what I say. So, and in fact, even when she started panicking and noise started coming in from the vehicle, some other elephants started approaching the vehicle. And they were telling her, "You are going to kill us. Keep quiet." She was saying, "Oh, I'm panicking. I can't faint." No, man, you just faint. Because now you are going to kill us. You'd rather faint. You'd rather faint. At least you'll be silent.
Afraid of the elephants.
Yes, afraid of the elephants, things that Africans are able to control very easily. We interact with those things.
You go back home and say,
Tourists operate like it's nothing.
yeah, I'm from safari.
When somebody's advising me at you see, when you go and then an elephant is coming towards you, just stand and raise your hands. Look taller. Oh, my friend.
Animals are very shy. Especially if it's a dog. When it's about to attack you, just maintain eye contact. It will shy away and walk away.
No, that's not true. Like your advice against like maintaining eye contact with a dog that doesn't know you, and that one is threatening. The thing is, what I understand even from many animals, the moment you look bigger than it, then it will not try to harm you because you cannot fight something that is bigger than you. And I've had an experience. One time, I was a small kid, not very small. We went somewhere, and then I saw a dog, and then it began barking at me. And so, what does my natural instinct of survival tell me?
Run.
Siaka.
Run.
I go. Then the dog beats me. I was taken to hospital, given very many injections. I cannot even.
Anti-rabies.
Very many injections. Tomorrow here, for 6 straight days. Injections. Then this at the time, 2 dogs, they came. So what I did, I stood my ground and tried to look big. So they just backed there and then they were like, this is too much.
This guy is wasting our time.
Not even moving. And I was like this, make yourself look big. Because the moment you turn, when they see this part, this is small, it looks small. Like this looks small, they can take that down. So that's how you get up, you end up being beaten. But I just think like Africans, that's what I think. They took advantage of our kindness.
So anyway, I was being told that we have this huge cow. It's huge. I think it's Asia. It's huge. Na huwezi pita mbele yake. So this person is telling me to maintain eye contact. He wants me to maintain eye contact with an animal that is like twice bigger.
And for it's like 4 times.
And it's huge. So nataka niende hivi tuangaliane. Ati maintain eye contact. Itaogopa and then it will shy away and it will walk away.
Maybe for cows, I don't know.
No, it cannot.
But the administration, what did you do? You didn't maintain eye contact.
I ran.
Sorry, Rani.
I ran. Because I have seen what it does to visitors.
I think from experience.
Yeah, I ran. I've seen what it does. And also, unaishi na hii ng'ombe sana. They know inakujua. It can smell you. Ati itajua ni wewe. Afi kuangalia alafu iende. Yeah, I was trying to listen to him and I was like, ni kama tu huitaki maisha. Because how do you maintain eye contact with an animal?
They want you to die.
And in context, when eventually after we saw some scenarios where like a bullfighting, it's called a bull or a bullfighting, what did they call it?
It's a bull.
Yeah. Of the famous Halwale killed its handler.
Yeah.
Then you're being convinced to try and hey, that stuff. I ran. I'm not waiting. I'm not time for that interaction.
We've also had cases where if if you're having a snake as a pet, it gets to a point where it bites you. So yeah.
Or coils and strangles. There have been such scenarios. Somebody was like petting an anaconda. Then it was friendly, and then at a certain point it just turns.
Yeah, but people are risk takers.
Now, how do you keep a snake as a pet? That is number one. How?
Under the same roof. How sure you
So just the same way like you was okay with taking care of any other animal as a pet. So people are just connected to a snake. Yeah.
Well,
Somebody else will just feel it's easier to get connected with a snake. Connection is there, if you mean.
the witches.
Yeah. No, that's with the witches.
Okay, I think I saw what you're talking about. It was huge. That anaconda was huge.
How do you even begin?
So, kwa nyumba yako, pet yako ni kubwa kushinda wewe.
So unapenda kushinda they feel like once in a month, I think, once in a week with a full goat.
Yeah.
Swallows the whole thing and then lays there for a week. So if it's able to consume a goat your size or your weight,
Cannot do.
next week you don't have money for a goat and then you want to come and laugh around.
And then you're supposed to sleep peacefully under the same roof with your pets. You know, people are risk takers, honestly.
It's like they have spare lives. Ah, no.
You know, I love cats. Unaweza ipea maziwa, like a cup of milk. Yeah, hata huwa imalizi half a cup. Lakini.
But
Wakawani wamalizi Africa. That's a cool cat.
a cool.
Even Kufa, like, eat his dog and then walk away.
Oh, wow. Cool cat.
But cats I think cats have been, people have fed them different foods, like they are getting almost, cats are eating everything nowadays, even others eat even ugali and all that stuff. Kula watu wanakula sukuma ugali mpaka inakula na shibe na tulia.
So you can imagine, unanunua mbuzi hii wiki next week. You can invest. Hiyo ni pesa ya investment.
Ununuzi miti ujenge nyumba.
But it's the same as people are petting dogs. People are petting dogs in very nice ways.
It's not the
Okay.
same.
You know, a dog is a man's
But
best friend.
there's still an investment. Who says it's a man's best friend?
It is.
The other people who connect, there are people even, there is that Kenyan boy who survives with birds. He's very good with birds.
I mean,
A bird is okay.
not a snake.
How is it okay? It's not a parrot. You're talking about the
Vulture. Nueve.
the badman. The badman Kenya is that guy.
Yeah.
You see whatever he roars.
With crows.
Hey, look at this one.
With crows and
Crows, yes.
Yeah.
He is playing around with them. They understanding him.
So he feeds them what? Chicken.
Anything is eating. They even just stand on the plate is eating and then he eats as they eat.
But I'm told that crows are very intelligent. That they even remember faces. And they hold grudges. They don't forget. So like if a crow is living nearby your house and you mistreat it and it has children, it even teaches the children to hate you.
And then they can attack you.
Yes. And they work in, very big numbers when they come to attack you. You not like it.
We are risking.
So in the African context, you guys had a problem with owls, but boys living with an owl like nothing.
I said, hey, I was so when an owl shows up at your house, means someone is going to
Death is coming to you.
But then, how do you look at them all and then sleep?
And this is the weird thing. That's what we've been told. And at home, in Shosha and Aishoko, we have walked into the house twice and met an owl in the house. And so the owl had to be taken down. Not to be released and go, it had to be taken down. And it's weird because, I don't know, like, why do you find an owl? That's the question. Why do you find
They used to be rare. I think that's also what believe in that.
Yeah,
It's also a very rare. So I think whenever they came to any place, normally the after of it would be something happening, something bad happening to that village.
Wow. Yeah.
Si hata mtu wako washamuuliza hapa na uko sure wewe sio mchawi.
Does he want to be old? That's the question. No,
And yet in other countries, if the guy was white, would be celebrated as being able to interact with animals in there.
yeah.
Ati huyo Ola Kitaga unitafute tuongee biashara.
See,
In the spiritual realm, huyu ni mchawi mkubwa sana.
The spiritual realm.
Ati kwanza hiyo mbili ni pepo mbaya sana. This is so everyone is convinced.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Atupeleka hizo ndege State House.
The comment section. The most beautiful place for now
is
the comment section.